Unexplained Hour deals with mature subject matter and may contain language not suitable for all audiences.
And welcome back to the Unexplained Hour, the show about all things supernatural, paranormal, and conspiracy theory. I'm Red. That's my mom, Cher. How you doing, Ma?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing well. Thank you.
I'm glad to see you.
Yes, very good to see you again. I noticed, I don't know if I'm imagining things or not, but I noticed that the last couple of episodes you've been wearing like college sweat. Is that a thing?
It's a thing. I am
okay.
repping out each and every college that is somehow related to this family. So today I'm with the Michigan.
I noticed the first one.
Yeah.
My alma mater. And
Longwood.
I did notice that.
Longwood Lancers. Yep. And then we were the Virginia Tech Hokies.
Mm-hmm. And now
today we are Michigan.
Let's go.
For some very beloved members of this family.
Yes, indeed. Yes.
So stay tuned folks. For the next several. There's a hook. The content sucks, but I want to see what she wears again.
They're like, all
right, we'll fast forward. Just want to see what she wears. Yeah.
But we don't own any other.
No, I got a couple more.
There's a few?
Yeah,
okay, all right.
There's a couple more.
Oh, wait, there is a few.
You have to step.
Actually,
you'll have to tune in and find out.
Yeah, you're going to have to watch.
That's how you're going to. Yeah, exactly. So, speaking of unexplained, why am I wearing Michigan?
Yes.
Today, have I got something? It's going to knock your socks off.
They are.
Are they on?
They are in firm place right now, so I will see what you. So, what is it that you? Because we're doing something a little different today than what we did in the last couple of episodes.
Right.
Today, we have brought a series of images for each other. I actually brought something else.
Okay. All right.
Image,
all right.
That we will be presenting to one another.
Right. Okay.
Because the everybody that follows the supernatural or anybody that follows anything that is weird or
unexplained
or unexplained, they like to see. It's better to see things.
Of course.
It's better to see things.
Yeah.
So we had brought a series of shots for each other to pick apart. Spectral photography. Not all of mine are spectral, but I did bring some stuff.
Oh, okay.
Just for you to take a look at.
Sure,
so you have some stuff for me.
I do.
It sounds like.
I did. Okay. I brought some for you. And what we'll do is we'll just look at them. I want a cold. And to my knowledge, you've never seen any of these.
More than likely, no.
So this is going to be
more
a
than
cold.
Likely, no. These are cold shots.
Yep.
These are cold reactions.
And a real reaction from you.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to I'll tell you what the date it was either taken or published. Okay. And I will then tell you what we're looking at. And then I'll tell you what I think.
Okay. All right.
And I'd also like to say that these all came from the World Wide Web.
The World Wide Web.
They're out there.
My God.
They're out there.
As are mine.
Okay,
I did
terrific.
pull some that are more there's a handful that some people will recognize, but there's some that others will not.
One of them we don't. There is no explanation for one of them. It's just a head scratcher.
All right.
Unexplained.
All right. I like it.
All right.
I like it.
All right. You want to get started?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. You
take it away.
Take it away.
Let's have a look.
Show me what you got.
So the first one.
Okay.
Is called the Coventry Spectre. It was taken January 22nd, 1985 in St. Mary's Guildhall, Coventry, Warwickshire.
All
right, take a look.
Yes.
This is the meeting of the Coventry Freemen.
Oh, I see it right there.
Yes, you do.
Top left, that guy right there.
So they're all bowed in prayer. You see, and you can, if you look over here at the right, you can see the men with the mantle. There's the lady with what looks like some sort of drape.
Yep.
So what I'm imagining is the front table must have been the membership
like the
committee,
heads of the,
right?
Yeah.
And then off to the side, you've got your basic members in the meeting.
Doug.
And the photographer set up a camera with a longer than usual exposure to allow all the light in.
Yep.
And there's a figure standing at the end of the table with his head bowed. All right, here we go. Nobody reported seeing the guest.
Yeah, naturally.
No, of course you don't see him. No other guests wore robes. So is this the figure of a monk, or is it just two people standing too close together with their features blended? Now, I will tell you that this guild hall was built sometime between 1340 and 1342. And in addition to all the other things that it housed, it did at one time, Mary Queen of Scots was held here as a prisoner. So
And her ghost, if I'm not wrong, has been seen all over,
all up and down,
in like a lot of places in the UK and in Scotland.
Oh yeah,
it's all over.
All over. So, but do you see the monk?
I got to be honest with you. I don't see the monk. What I see is a figure that is taller than the rest of the people in the group. It appears that you can kind of see like his hands are crossed like
in front
like that.
Yep.
And I see a beer gut.
Yeah, I did. I saw that.
I see a beer gut, and I see
he's got a hood.
I don't see the hood. I see a figure with almost looks like his jaw, like he's doing this.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay,
here.
Right.
Blackened eyes, like eyeless sockets, and it almost looks like the way that the exposure looks. It almost looks like he's either wearing a helmet or it's two downward curving horns.
Yep,
on the side
I can
of his
see
head.
that.
Do you see that?
I do.
That's what I see.
So I think what probably happened was because the exposure opens for Saw was a longer, slower. I just think
he sneezed while they were taking the photo.
it's in the film.
That might be what it is.
It's not a.
Still,
I love the story, and it's scary when you initially look at it.
It is, and I will say too, with a lot of ghost photos like this that are like granular, or even modern photos too. There's a phenomenon that we as human have. I cannot for the life of me remember what the actual terminology is.
Yeah.
But it's a thing. It's an evolutionary adaptation that we have as primates to pick out faces.
Right.
Even if we don't, if there isn't a face that's
that we
actually
recognize.
yes, like
yes,
even if it's not a face that is actually a face.
Right.
We are evolutionary. Like part of our
coded
evolutionary
to see a face.
Programming is to see a face to recognize danger.
He doesn't have a face.
Not that I can see, unless he's got it. He's like
tucked under.
Talking like this.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it.
That one.
It's good. It's a good start.
Yeah, that's a good way to start. Okay.
Right. You got one?
No. What do you?
You want my next?
I want to see the rest of yours.
Oh, you want to see all of mine at one? All right, I'm going to go all at once.
I want you to see. I want to see
number 2.
Okay.
This is. This is the Amityville Ghost Boy. It is indeed from 1976.
Fuck that.
All right, so listen to what happened.
Okay.
You know about the Amityville. Everybody knows.
I know.
The DeFeo murders.
Yes.
At 112 Ocean Avenue. All right. So this photo was taken in 1976. And it wasn't revealed until 3 years later. On the Merv Griffin show, George Lutz lived in this home after the DeFeo murders. That's a whole other podcast. Yeah. We won't go there. This photograph was taken by a man named Gene Campbell, who worked with Ed and Lorraine Warren. You may know them. He used an automatic camera taking infrared on the second floor landing of the family's home.
I don't like that shit.
So most people who are into paranormal speculated that it's the ghost of John DeFeo, who was the youngest victim of the family massacre.
There is a striking resemblance.
They were murdered by the oldest DeFeo, Ronald DeFeo. He was charged with the murder of all 6 of his family members.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Warrens go in and they conduct a seance. They want to get it. Okay, Mark, this is what let me tell you what you're actually looking at. This is a man named Paul Bartz. He's working with the Warrens. He was like a tech guy. He's kneeling down on the floor.
Oh, it's a guy.
He's wearing glasses. The light reflects off his lenses.
I see it.
Yeah.
I see the lenses now.
It's just some dude. But they present it, when they took it, they were like, holy, look at this. We could turn this into something.
Wow.
And they set the world on fire with this photograph. It's a guy.
So the Warrens?
Yeah, I got it. I know this is going to hurt your feelings.
Oh, man.
Ed and Lorraine.
So now that you pointed it out to me, I can see the lenses.
Of his glasses.
I can see the lenses of the glasses.
The close-up really helps.
Yeah, the close-up is...
See the outside framing of his glasses?
I can see the outline.
Yeah, I hate to do that to you because your reaction was priceless. And most people want to believe it. Because most people want to believe that, people come back. But that's
he
not...
really, from this angle, has a striking resemblance to that. Like, you can even see the break in the hair, too, in the photo. That's crazy.
Yeah, I knew you'd like that.
That's wild. I do like that. Oh, my God.
All right.
There is nothing...
It's fake.
I don't think that it's a I think, again, an evolutionary thing that we have where anything that has eye shine automatically makes you be like, I don't like that
no,
shit.
thank you.
I don't like that.
It's his glasses.
Oh, man.
But it's great, isn't it? And the tucking out, sort of that looking, I'm not going to, he's on his knees. He's just run wire, I think. And he looks out, and this guy's, it's great, though.
That's such a well-placed.
Yeah. And I'm assuming that the second floor landing where the bedrooms were. Where the murders were committed. Anyway, that's that one.
That's crazy.
You like that? All right.
That's really good.
You ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Okay. This one's called The Backseat Ghost.
I have heard and I have seen this photograph before. Yes.
This is from 1959. So Mabel Chinnery was visiting the grave of her mother, and she snapped some photos of the grave. That's so sad. Yeah. She goes back to the car, and her husband's sitting in the passenger seat just waiting. Which, why aren't you out there with your wife at the grave? Whatever. I'm not here to judge. She takes a picture of him, develops the photo, and in the back seat is her mother. Allegedly, that is her mother in the back seat.
Damn.
Do you see the two, again, with the eye shine, like you said? And the white V that comes down, I'm assuming, is the underneath the coat. You can see there's a darker bit.
Now that, again, looks like glasses.
Yes, it does.
It
looks like
glasses right there.
So this one was examined by experts, and it was determined that the image was neither reflection nor double exposure.
So whatever is in the photograph is in the photograph. So there really is a person back there.
But I think it's the belt. You know, in the old cars, the seat belt would be anchored here in the. I think it's the buckle of the seat belt that is reflecting some of that. I don't think it's a. Obviously, it's not her mother because God rest her, she's in the cemetery.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because she's 20 feet to the left and 6 feet down.
She's not there either. Yeah. I don't think there's anybody in the back seat. I think that could be part of the upholstery that you're looking at.
Again, it's the same thing though, where like you see a face.
Yeah, you want
maybe where there isn't a face, but you could also say the same thing for the guy in the front seat.
I mean, no, that's her husband.
Yeah, I know, but it's
he's actually.
I know he's there, but same thing with like old, like grainy,
right? Of course, it lends
photos.
Itself to.
Yeah, I mean, like
sure,
you could make the case that the guy in the front seat is the one that you're not supposed to see.
That is a great.
The shadow effect on the side of his face. You only see part of it.
Right, and if you wanted to go further, you could look across where the steering wheel is, and you could see those shots. But
exactly,
I hate to do that. It's not her mother. She wanted it to be her mother. I'll give her that.
I think everybody does.
I think so,
and I think that's kind of like a key
it's
aspect
a soothing thing.
Yeah.
I want to soothe.
You're kind of like, I think I see him. That kind of thing.
I'm here to again. Who am I? I'm one person with a stupid opinion. I don't think.
No.
So far, I haven't found anything that's compellingly ghost. But anyway.
So far.
Look at the next one. The next one's sad. Oh, the next one's sad. This is Freddie Jackson.
A very famous photograph.
You've seen
this
one.
I have seen, yes.
This one was taken in 1919. Mm-hmm. It wasn't published till 1975 by Sir Victor Goddard, who was retired RAF. This picture shows Goddard's squadron in World War I at their training facility, the HMS Daedalus.
Yes.
In the top row, fourth from the left, you see the face of Freddie Jackson. So the inset is the popped out version.
Yep.
So the airman that you're looking at in front of us.
So he's top row, fourth from the left. Yeah,
behind him.
And I can even see in the not blown out version, you can see a little bit behind him.
Freddie Jackson was an air mechanic who was killed by an airplane propeller 2 days before this photograph was taken.
Oh.
His funeral was held the day that this photograph was taken.
Well, that might explain why you only see half of his face.
Mark. So did he show up for the photo unaware that he was dead? Members of the squadron readily identified.
Like they even knew from the
said
photo.
It.
They're like,
yeah, everyone said it's Freddie.
That's Freddie.
This one is sad, and I don't know what to think. Actually, I'm going to go out and do something I don't normally do, and I'm going to say I think that their energy, everyone had their minds on him. It was his funeral.
That he brought up.
And they all brought him to somehow manifest. And that's not a me thing to say.
Right. That's
you would never
extraordinarily
hear me.
out of
it's
character for you.
It's completely out of character for me. And the fact that it's sort of wispy around the sides of him. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how you'd manipulate. I'm sure back then you could manipulate the photos. We've seen the ones that Conan Doyle uses with the fairies. It's so obviously faked. I mean, this one was just sad.
There's a part of me that, playing devil's advocate, again, shitty, grainy photos.
It's from 1919.
Right. I'm thinking just some guy was in the background who had maybe a vague
resemblance. Sure.
And then just like, they got the shot shut up and he's just like
at the last second.
Yeah, just like real quick, just doing this.
I know, but wouldn't you rather believe that Freddie somehow managed to make it to his squadron photo? I don't know. That one makes me sad.
It'd be even funnier if he just like shows up in the background. He's like,
Mark, stop it.
Okay, here's the thing. If I was a ghost and I came back and I found an opportunity to get into a picture.
Sure. 100%.
The things
I would be all
that I would do.
Oh, I would too, if I could.
Oh my God.
I've got a list of people I would, but not today. I won't. Just that'll be another podcast.
Right. It would be bad, whatever I would do. It would be really bad.
You want to see the next one?
Yes.
All right.
What you got?
The next one is The Railroad Ghost of San Antonio. Now, do you remember the story? I got to take it back a second. Do you remember that terrible story about the busload of children that got caught at the crossing and they got hit by a train and they all died? I think everybody but the driver died. And now that is an uphill grade right there. When your car stalls on the tracks, little tiny hands come and push your car off the tracks. You know this one? So people would go out and they would dust the back of their car with baby powder, and then they would deliberately, because you can't, it's a up, right? You get stuck at the top. So let me tell you, this was the site of a deadly, I told you that, alleged ghost pushed stalled cars off the tracks despite it being an uphill grade. So Andy and Debbie Chesney's daughter and her friends went out to see if they could prove the legend true. They took a bunch of photos at the crossing, didn't see anything. Then after the mom developed the photos, what appears to be a child is in the the left-hand corner of and it looks like the child is holding something like a doll or a bear or a toy of some kind.
I can kind of see that.
Yeah.
I can kind of see that a little bit.
Now, I don't believe it. Yeah. Tiny handprints on the backs of the cars. You've never heard this one?
No, and that's...
Yeah. Fake. It's fake. You can fake anything these days.
Well...
I think that could be, you know what I think that is?
Lens flare.
I was going to say bird shit on the windshield of the car.
Bird shit, lens flare.
It
could be anything because you look at how
flary and weird it is over there.
Well, yeah, like the high reflective surface on the side of the crossing guard sign.
That's not lit up, right? That's just from the camera.
That's from the flash of the camera.
Right.
So yes, that could very easily be lens flare. I am interested too in that if it was lens flare from the reflective surface on the cross guard sign, then it would be in the shape of an X.
Yeah, you can also see through whatever that is.
Yes, you can see through it. And if it's the only reflective surface in the shot is obviously the top of the sign, a little bit that you can see on the post, kind of midway down, and then possibly the metal beams, the yellow metal beams on the side.
Right.
But none of those would make a shape that would look like that. That's what I'm thinking of. Because usually lens flare on a camera lens is in the shape of whatever
it's reflecting off of. Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not sure.
It's something either on the lens or it's on the windshield of the car.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know where they're standing. I don't know what time of night this was. I'm just not willing to believe that a child... I've met so many children that won't stand still for a photo. I have a hard time believing that kid stood there for that long and waited for her picture to be taken.
Yeah.
I did say her because of the hair.
Yeah, it does kind of look wispy.
Now, God forbid, right, that I'm stuck at this crossing and they don't push me across because I spoke poorly of them.
Well, here's the thing. So...
do you see it, though? Do you see the leg? And do you see...
I see part of a leg.
See the hair?
I mean, it kind of looks like... I mean, it looks like a kid tried to draw a picture of a kid.
Yeah.
You know?
In something I read, it says that it looks like the child is carrying or dragging a toy, a stuffed bear, something. You know?
I can't really see
I don't know.
that.
I don't think
I see what you mean, though. Like, I can kind of see part of, like, the wispy hair, things like that. But again, it's so globular, you know, and you can't really make out any real detail. But how many photos do you remember taking in the late 90s, early 2000s that had shit
Matt.
like this in the thing?
Majority of them, I'm a terrible photographer.
No, that's not what I mean. What I mean is like non-high definition cameras that take photos like this. Most of the time you get stuff like this. Like old-fashioned DSLRs.
We
you
have
get photos
no way
like
of
that
knowing. But the fact that a bus accident and children perish.
That is, that sucks.
It does, absolutely.
That's gotta suck.
But it adds to the whole mystique of
it. Does. It does. And I think it's a confirmation bias in some cases.
Maybe
where like you are seeing.
You want to see it because that's what you're told to see.
Exactly. You want to see it because you want to see it. Yeah.
That's right.
That could be what it is. I don't know.
You want to see the next one?
I do.
All right. I like the next one and I don't have an answer for it. So the woman, this is the White Lady of Worsted Church, 1975. Most of these
Worcestershire
came from not Ward.
Roycestershire.
Have you seen that one?
No.
Okay, this is Diane and Peter. I can't say their last name. I'm going to go with Berthelo.
Berthelo?
Diane and Peter and their 12-year-old son went to the Worsted Church in Norfolk, UK. So Peter takes a photo of his wife. She's sat in the front in the yellow dress in prayer.
Is she asleep?
No, she's praying.
Okay.
She's got her head bowed. She's praying. And she shows these photos to her friends months later after the vacation's over. And her friend says to her, "Who's that sitting behind you?" Now, we have to assume that she would have said, "Oh, there wasn't anybody sitting behind
right.
me." So the next summer, they go back to the church, Peter and Diane, and they show the photo to the vicar, the Reverend Pettit. And he says, "Oh, yeah, that's the White Lady. She's a healer who comes when someone is in need of healing." During this photo, right here in this picture, Diane had been ill and she was on antibiotics at the time this picture was taken.
Okay.
Every time Diane would look at this photo, she would report feeling a calm sensation, a tingling sensation, and that after a certain amount of time, that went away. This is not the first interaction with the White Lady. Back in Christmas of 1830, a man came into the church and he challenged the White Lady. And
Always
he said,
a good
thing to don't ever do that. He said, "I'll climb to the top of the belfry. If you'll appear, I'll kiss you."
Okay.
So he goes up. He doesn't come down. So his friends go up.
Like at all?
No. His friends
sick.
go up to get him, and they find him cowering in the corner. He's absolutely in terror, fear of his life, trembling, shaking. And all he keeps saying is, "I've seen her. I've seen her." And then he died. And now the church is a pub. Because that's the solution.
That's a real heavy turn of events.
Do you see her?
I don't see any...
See her babushka-like hair thing? Like a big... She's got... Like I see a wrap.
I see a defined shoulder, torso.
Right.
I even see the legs,
the
but
lap,
I don't see any facial features.
She doesn't have feet unless she's wearing dark pants.
I think I see the dark pants, but I don't see any facial features. You know what it looks like? It looks like a fish from the side.
A fish. Oh, okay.
Like her head looks like a fish from a side.
And the chin?
No.
Do you see it?
I see the nose and the chin of a fish. I don't see her.
But you see the thing sitting behind the lady.
Yes,
in
I
the
see a
dress.
figure standing behind her. I see everything like from neck down. I can discern the head. I can't see any.
It's the round bit.
Yeah,
it looks like she's wearing some kind of a bonnet.
Kind of.
If she's in the 1830s, she's going to be wearing a bonnet.
She has the face like a fish.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, I just think
maybe that's why that guy freaked out and died.
If he had said to her, "Hey, Diana, there's somebody sitting behind you. Can we maybe wait till this lady walks out of the shot and I'll take a picture of you?"
True.
But I mean, who's going to take I don't know. I always like to wait.
Yeah, how many folks do you know that would take a picture with
other people,
other guys?
I like for you to leave so I can take this picture.
Yeah. And also, most human beings will if you're standing here and you're on your phone and you do anything, and you look up and you see somebody standing in front of you taking a picture,
you move.
Most normal human beings will go,
"Sorry, I don't know that this lady knew that other lady was there." I don't know how to explain this one.
She did either.
I don't know.
Because it doesn't look like overexposure.
I think I read somewhere, I don't remember if I read about this one being analyzed or not. It's just a photo from a vacation. I don't think they set out, I don't know these people. For all I know, they are trying to set out to make money. Like the Lutzes and the Amityville thing.
It doesn't look like It doesn't look like lens flare. It doesn't look like a shadow. It doesn't.
In need of healing.
And I agree with your
I don't know what
assumption that it wouldn't be somebody sitting behind her.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
So I'm not sure.
She said, her friend said, "Who's behind you?" She obviously didn't know there was anybody.
She's like, I didn't see nothing.
All right, I
get that. Okay.
I got nothing here. All right, the next one. You want to see the next one?
Yes.
You're going to recognize this one.
All right, show me. Ah!
Okay, this is.
Get ready.
Hold on. Okay. This is frame 352.
Yes.
From the Patterson-Gilman film, which was shot on October 20th, 1967 in Bluff Creek, California, because I couldn't find if it was California or Oregon. So Roger Patterson and Bob Gilman out on horseback with cameras and guns. I didn't know they were armed. Something about that just, right? So they see the creature. They named her Patty. Did you know that?
Yeah, after the...
Right, after
Robert Pattinson.
After Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson?
Different guy.
God, I wish it was Robert
It was
Pattinson.
not Batman.
It is not.
It is not Batman.
Edward Cullen.
Yes.
It's some other guy.
This is the skin of a killer, Bella.
All right, so they see the creature.
Yes.
And Patterson reports to Gilman, yells, "Cover me."
Yes.
That's when I realized they have guns.
Yes.
And they weren't sure if there was a mate nearby.
Yes.
So the horse rears up. Patterson has to get off the horse. He's running with the camera. Mm-hmm. It's that whole Blair Witch, that whole thing.
Yeah.
And they estimate the creature between 6'7" and 7'6", which weird range, whatever.
Also a weird range.
And they report the figure looked over his shoulder. That's when Patterson gets down on his knees and takes this photo. Mm-hmm. He says the figure looked at him with contempt and disgust. That is a quote.
Yes.
The figure turns a total of 3 times, moves in and out of the woods before the film runs out.
Yeah.
How convenient the film runs out. But this entire film lasts no more than 2 minutes.
Yes.
Now.
So this shot
we have gone over this
for
very years.
Famous still photo. It's probably
frame 352.
It's probably one of the most famous unexplained photos and easily the most famous piece of evidence of Bigfoot.
Right. I know you believe that.
Yes. So let me explain why.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? No, you go ahead. You got it.
Well, no, I just think this is a guy in a suit.
Okay.
I don't think it's real. I think we're going to do an entire episode just on Yeti, or we're not even going to try it today.
That's fair.
I'm here to tell you right now, it's not a thing.
You think it's a guy in the suit?
Yes, it is somebody in a suit.
Okay.
It's supposed to be female. You can see that there are mammaries.
Exactly. If it was a guy in the suit, why would they give it boobs?
Well, Mark, it doesn't matter what they want it. They want it.
I'm just saying, if you were going to
tall, I've known people that are 6 foot, whatever.
Right, but if you were going to put
a hairy suit,
if they were going to put a guy in a gorilla suit, why would they give it boobs?
Run through here and let me take your picture.
Why give it boobs?
It's looking right at the.
That's my question.
It's a gorilla suit. It's
with boobs.
Well, you can do the prosthetic anything.
Why though? That's my question.
Because they want to prove that there's more than one of them, and this is the female. It's out getting food, foraging, while the male is protecting it from a distance. I don't know. Why did they fake any of this? They wanted to make they made a name for themselves. We all know who they are. Everyone has seen this photo.
Fair.
Everyone has seen this photo.
So how about this? I will extend an olive branch to this.
All
okay.
Right.
Robert Patterson was a known con artist.
Okay, you just made my point.
Hang on. He was a known con artist. Okay. He actually wrote a bad check to pay for the camera that he shot this film with.
Did not know that.
He wrote a bullshit check
that I didn't
to get
know.
the camera that he shot this thing with.
Well,
so yes, I will admit there is a little bit of bad news to it. However, this is something that I will always point to with this film. One, keep in mind, there's a high ridge crest on the top of the skull.
Okay.
That is indicative of many primate species other than humans.
Okay.
Gorillas have that. Chimpanzees have it.
Okay.
It's a bone that it's an ancestral crest, essentially. It's a key marker for primates that are used to anchor jaw muscles to the top of the skull.
Sure.
Okay. So there's that. Also, boobs.
Well, it's
just want to throw that in there. Boobies.
I don't think you could say that on this podcast.
Boobies? I think I can get away with it.
Mammaries.
So, that. Also,
she's hairy. She's so hairy. Look
yeah,
at her.
I know.
And the arms on her.
Well, that's the other thing too, is when it turns, this iconic shot right
what
here.
You're gonna say.
Okay. Oh, well, you open this
With the
can of
shoulders,
worms. Yes. So
the whole thing.
if it was a guy
Yeah.
in a suit,
Right.
if he's going to turn to look,
Yeah.
he's just going to do that.
Not necessarily.
He's just going to turn his head. That's
Make
it, right? But chimps, gorillas,
I know.
they're stocky. They're built like this.
Okay, right.
So the shoulders are high up.
I know.
Right? So when it's looking, if it turns its head,
right.
the chin is going to run
in
to
You've
the
told
thing.
me this before.
Right? I know, but they don't know. They don't know
I forgot there are other
This is
people.
new for them. Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot we're
You
telling
remember we're
this to
doing a
other
show,
people. I
right?
forgot.
You remember we're doing...
Sorry, go ahead.
You remember
I gotta act like
it's
this is the
not
first time
just
I've heard
us
this.
in here,
Sorry,
right?
I forgot.
I know
Go
you've
ahead.
heard it.
Go ahead.
You know, a gorilla chimp's body is like this, right? They're
Right.
stocky.
Right.
So when they turn the head, the jaw runs in with the shoulder.
Sure.
Like you see this in zoos. You see a chimp just sitting.
Right, I
He's
know.
doing his thing.
Okay.
He's, doing
Right.
whatever. And if he's trying to look behind him, he's going to do one of two things. He's either going to lift his head up and look over.
Okay.
Like look over his shoulder
Sure.
like that. Or he's just going to turn his whole body.
Okay.
To look. That's what it's doing.
Okay.
It's turning the whole shoulder to look.
Okay.
And also, if it was a guy in a suit, you wouldn't be able to see muscle definition in it while it's moving.
Okay.
You can.
All right.
When a person
That's
or
hair.
anything
That's
that
just
has
the shine on the hair.
even if you
It's
see no,
broad
that's the
daylight.
shine on the hair. But I'm talking about in the actual film itself,
Right.
while it's moving.
Okay.
You can see the muscles moving. If you watch a grizzly bear walking through the woods, you can see the muscles moving underneath the fur.
Okay.
You can see the same thing in here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We're going to do a whole
We
episode
are.
on this, just so you're
We are.
aware.
There's one more that it has. This is the one I can't explain. There's
Okay.
no
Yes.
logical explanation
I'm
for
ready
this.
for this. I'm ready for this.
What the hell is that? What the hell is that?
Why do I look like that? Look at how fucking thin
I know.
I am.
Look at those paws.
I know, dude. Those
And that
those slippers.
coat.
Those slippers are the best.
This
by
is
the way.
this
I've had
is
those
the
for a long time.
this is the outtake from the Patterson film. This is what they didn't want you to see. I didn't mean to snort. Can
so
we edit that
thin.
out?
No,
Oh,
we're
Lord.
leaving that in.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
at those-
That's truly all that I have.
Those boots
but look,
are hilarious.
They are the
dude.
best.
They're so
yeah.
nice. I need to wash those. By the way,
6'7", every inch is 6'7".
Yep.
Yep, and that
6 foot-
shiny black coat.
6'7".
And look at how it looks. With,
63 pounds
may I
by the
quote,
looks of it.
contempt and disgust.
I do it pissed.
What are you looking at?
do
All
it
right,
pissed.
that truly is all I have for
That's so
for
funny.
the group. You like that?
That is amazing.
Good.
I love that.
Yeah.
So I
Ran for night, Bill.
brought some stuff.
What the hell was that?
That's number one, right?
Oh my God.
Which is so funny, and I have a feeling that our amazing producer Andy in there did this on purpose because
Okay, I'm ready.
your last thing is my first thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So what you're about to listen to is audio
Okay.
that was recorded
Okay.
by Al Berry
Okay.
and Ron Moorhead
Okay.
in the Sierra Nevada mountains
Oh no.
in the late 1980s.
Okay.
So
Ran for night, Bill.
you can hear Al and Ron talking.
Did the same.
You hear the banging?
Yeah.
Two more thing to fall.
So that's them talking. Hear that?
Yeah. Oh, I hear it. Yes.
So that's Al responding.
Sure.
What the baby can be my brain talk high. Oh, yep. Oh, shit. With the little towel thing there, and there you go. I'm like, go ahead, eat it. Oh, what are you doing? Boy, oh, please go ahead.
Australia?
That's right, y'all. So,
Let me know where we took protection on it.
sure did.
Yeah. So
No. Wrong.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So what you're hearing, what you were listening to there,
Yeah.
was audio recording that Al and Ron made in the late 1980s. The Sierra Club is this very it's a prominent hunting group in the Sierra Nevada mountains,
yep.
right? So very isolated. Very, we have heard this audio before because of the Missing 411 episode that we watched.
Are these the guys in the tent?
So no, it's not in a. I guess you could kind of say it's a tent. It's a group of men. It's like an exclusive hunting club. People don't even really know until a couple of years ago when they fully released where the location is.
Okay.
I mean, that's that exclusive.
Okay.
And these men recorded this audio one night when
Okay.
they started hearing something. So the loud banging that you're hearing, the crashing noises, that is, from what their description and from what you can hear, is something large. Large. Smacking a branch on either another tree or a rock.
Okay.
That is indicative of primate behavior.
Okay.
Chimps do that. Gorillas do that.
Okay.
It's a like a territorial
Okay.
thing that they do.
All right.
There are also some chimps and gorillas use it as a term of communication.
Okay.
Like they use it to determine how far away one member of the group is from another.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Then you start hearing the whoop.
Right.
Whoop,
Right.
That whooping, again, indicative of primates.
Right.
Chimps, gorillas, baboons, gibbons, they all do that.
Okay.
Right. Then you start hearing it sounds like a language.
It did.
It sounds like
It
talking.
did. Yeah. There was a cadence to it.
It almost sounds like it sounds like somebody like trying to speak Japanese without knowing how to speak Japanese.
Okay. Just
right.
emitting phonemes and sounds. Right.
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 There has never been an audio recording that sounds like that could be attributed to something. And they also, because I know what you're going to say.
No, I was going to ask a question.
Go ahead.
Was the man, so there's two men, Al
Berry and Ron Moorhead.
Was one of them attempting to communicate and have
Yes.
it respond?
Yes.
So he was mimicking the sound to see if it would respond.
I believe it was Al
Okay.
that was recording, and I believe it was Ron that was mimicking
provoking the
voices
responses. Okay.
and the
All
noises
right.
that he was
So
hearing.
some of what I heard was a human attempting
the stuff that was
to
closer
to my
like,
ears.
louder that
Got
you could
it.
understand. That
Got
was
it.
Ron
Okay.
returning
Got
the
it.
audio, right?
Got
so
it. Okay.
here's the thing. This audio has been I know you think it's horseshit. I know you think it's horseshit.
Sorry. I want to give you a chance.
They have analyzed this audio.
Sure. Yeah.
From all over the place. The Idaho State University Laboratory of Acoustics.
Mm-hmm.
They analyzed the audio,
Okay.
and they were able to determine beyond a shadow of a doubt
Sure.
that it is primate in origin.
Okay.
And it is not human.
Okay.
Primate in origin, not human.
Idaho State University.
Primate in origin.
I heard you.
Not human.
Okay.
Okay. There are no great apes in North America.
I was going to say.
There are no great apes in North America.
We don't know. We didn't see it.
There is no animal in the Sierra Nevada mountains and no animal in the Pacific Northwest that makes noises like that.
Okay.
Now, could it easily be faked? Yes.
Yes.
100%. I will say the audio, though, did contain pitches and volume that it could not be attributed to humans.
To human voices, okay.
Could not be attributed.
Okay.
Humans can't make noises like that.
All right.
Some noises that would sound similar, but not those noises.
I see what you're saying.
Now, I will also say that the two men and even the members of the Sierra Club have nothing to gain from doing this. They're actually putting themselves in the line of fire because by exposing this audio, you're now bringing people that could go to the Sierra Nevada mountains to find the place that they shot it at their secret camp hideaway place that they don't want people to know about. So they had nothing to gain by faking this.
it. I agree, because it caused more attention.
Yeah.
The Sierra Club?
Yes.
Is this the environmental organization?
No, it's not a...
Okay, then that would be... Because I thought the Sierra Club couldn't possibly...
No, this is a... Nope.
And we're talking about a different club. This was a private group of men?
It's a private
Okay.
hunting, camping
I would need more. I would need so much more. I'm not going to go off
There
a
are
single
so
audio.
many articles and videos. And the Sierra Nevadas, aside from Washington State, Canada,
Echoey,
Oregon,
or
California... Well, no shit, it's echoey. It's in the woods in the middle of the night. There's going to be an echo. All I'm saying is...
I'm not going to poo-poo it out of hand. I know this is something you're passionate about.
All
so
I'm saying is that...
allow you to have this one.
It's unexplained.
That is the definition of unexplained.
You cannot explain what
it goes along with that last photo.
So that's the only audio that I had.
It was compelling.
Right.
It sparked discussion.
So I'm curious to see...
It's fake.
It's not fake. I'm curious to see what your reaction is going to be with this photo here.
Okay. All right. I'm ready.
Yep.
Okay. What the hell? Oh God, that's really scary.
Yep. So what you're looking at here is a photograph that was taken in Argentina.
Oh gosh.
In 2012.
Oh gosh.
On a side street.
Ugh.
At about 3 a.m.
God, of course, nothing good happens after midnight.
So, for your listeners here, what this photo depicts is a quadruped creature with thin legs, a tapered body, and a canine head with what looks like no tail.
Right.
Rough estimate by the look of it compared to the wall, I'd wager it's maybe 4, maybe 5 foot at the head.
Yeah.
Maybe about 6 feet in length. Right?
Yeah, maybe.
Now, in the photo, you can distinctly see a hairless body.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Pointed ears, an elongated snout. Mm-hmm. You can actually see underneath the body itself, you can see the distinctive canine feature of an elongated ankle.
Yep.
So you see it's like a segmented leg. And the same thing with the front half of like the forelimb.
Yep.
The elbow is jointed where a quadruped animal would be.
Look at the back leg closest to the camera. It's a fatter, thicker, and even the front part of the animal has got that greenish tinge, but then the back half of the animal is darker. Look at that leg. That leg looks so thick compared to the leg against the wall. That is terrifying. It looks like a very, very underfed hyena.
So it could be the angle that you're looking at it from. Maybe it's straight thigh down because you can see the bend where the knee is.
The leg looks like it doesn't match the rest of the animal, though.
And then you can kind of see where the bend for the back ankle would be as well. But I think it's just the angle that it's at.
That looks like an emaciated hyena.
Yes.
Woof.
So
No, I reject that.
This is probably one of the most compelling recent photographs.
Are you going to say
El Chupacabra?
I knew you were going to say a chupacabra.
El Chupacabra. So I've never been a big believer in the belief of a chupacabra animal. However, this photo is very convincing in the sense that So they analyzed the photo. They can tell it's not been doctored.
Sure. Okay.
So whatever is in the photograph is in the photograph. I even did a little extra research myself because it bears a striking resemblance to another creature that I've seen before.
You've seen?
Yes.
Okay.
In cinema.
Oh, I see.
You remember in the third Harry Potter film when Lupin turns into a werewolf?
Yes.
It bears a very striking resemblance to Lupin's werewolf form in the third movie.
It does.
So I went back in to determine whether or not maybe they had pulled a still from the movie and placed it in there.
Okay.
It's not the same.
It's not the same
It's
thing.
not the same one.
It
Not the
looks
same
like a
one.
hyena that needs to eat.
It does look
It's
like a
scary,
hyena.
whatever it is, and I wouldn't want to come across it in an Argentine alley.
So very, very similar to what most local accounts of what a chupacabra looks like. Here is my assumption.
Okay.
So, I think the photograph is genuine.
Okay, yeah, I can buy that.
I'm not entirely certain what it is that we're looking at. I can't make any real assumptions. I can tell that it's some sort of a canine species or maybe a subset of canine species, but I can't easily tell what it is. I will say on the front of Chupacabra, I think I have an answer.
Okay.
As to what it is.
Okay.
So the common the common theory for Chupacabra sightings is more than likely a dog species with mange or rabies or something that would cause it to lose hair.
Yeah.
I have another theory to present to you. The most accounts of a chupacabra that looks similar to this or a canine species with a very elongated jaw, a powerful bite, sharp fangs, things like that, all have very similar characteristics to an animal that did exist in the real world.
I know this one.
What is it?
A were-dog?
No.
A were... What?
No.
Where... I give up.
The thylacine.
Oh, yes.
Thylacine, a Tasmanian tiger.
A Tasmanian tiger, yeah.
Carnivorous
You're
marsupial species that went extinct in the 1910s, 1920s in Tasmania when it was hunted to extinction.
Yeah.
There was an actual, honest-to-God report of a breeding pair of thylacine that were en route to the Bronx Zoo. That ship...
Are you going to tell me they escaped?
That ship... capsized in the water and most of the animals made it to shore. There's a decent chance.
In the Bronx.
No, it wasn't in the Bronx. The ship went down somewhere in Florida.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Okay.
And
all right.
Florida and most of the southern part of the U.S. and even into South America,
Central
Mexico,
America.
and Central
Sure.
America is fairly close to the environment that they would have lived in Tasmania. So
that's a stretch.
There
but
is
I'll
a
allow it.
chance that there may be a breeding population
Of thylacine.
in
that's
North
what we're looking
America. That's what I think.
You know what? That's a good example.
It's possible.
It's
entirely possible. Now, granted, the creature that you see in the photograph here does not resemble a thylacine.
No.
It does not resemble a thylacine. It really, like you said, does resemble more of like a hyena-like species. But even hyena do not have thinner arms.
Right. Well, it's
like the creature that you're looking at
on
here.
The prowl.
This I cannot readily explain. Because I could explain it easily away if I knew that the photograph was doctored. I cannot tell that the photograph is doctored from this. So I don't know what it is. And it's very clearly not a guy in a suit.
I didn't say it was a guy in a suit.
No.
I said that one time.
I know. It's not a guy in a suit.
Okay. It's not a guy in a suit.
So
all right.
I can explain that one.
I like that one.
Yeah.
That's scary. That's a good start.
So let me show you the next one.
Who is she? Who is she? She's is terrifying.
Something, ain't she?
She's something. She's scary.
So for our listeners here, or maybe even for the folks that haven't seen it yet, if you're looking at the right side of the screen, and you're following the doorway over, eventually you'll see what looks like a feminine figure with dark hair. You can make out her feet.
Yes,
where they come in contact with the floor. You can see an arm. You can see the curve of her torso. You can see her shoulder. You can see her hair. You can even, if you if you enhance the photograph, you can even see eyes and nose and mouth and the part in her hair.
Where is she?
This photograph was taken in probably one of the most famous and haunted locations in the United States.
Waverly?
The Waverly Hills Sanatorium in Louisville, Kentucky.
Lord have mercy.
So the dead giveaway for...
Pardon the pun.
Yeah. The dead giveaway for where it is if you look on the left side where the brick wall is, Waverly Hills Sanatorium was a building that was built primarily for the tuberculosis outbreak.
Right.
Waverly is famous for that because fresh air was always kind of the best cure-all back in the day, they thought, for tuberculosis before modern medicine. So what they did was there were no windows.
Okay.
So what they would do was the rooms that are on the side here, they would just push the patients out on their gurneys or in their chairs and face them out to the giant open, no-screen windows.
Okay, right.
Waverly is famous for that.
Okay.
So
is this a corridor, like a hallway?
So this is a corridor that goes down the hall and curves to the left.
Okay.
And the figure is stepping out right over there. So this photograph is taken in broad daylight. That's why it's so overexposed in some places. It's because it was taken in broad daylight.
Okay. All right. Are these the patient rooms on the right-hand side?
Yes, the patient rooms are the ones on the right side. Now, the room that this figure appears to be moving out of is room 305, which is an extremely active area in the in Waverly Hills, primarily because of the story of a young woman who was a nurse at Waverly Hills who hung herself in that room.
I remember her.
Yes. I do not recall finding evidence of what the young woman's name was, but there is a confirmed story of a suicide in that room.
She the one who was having the affair with the doctor?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, and she was she had contracted tuberculosis and was more than likely pregnant at the time.
Right.
So
these other rooms, see the room closer to us? Is that a striped, like a settee? Do you see it with the wood top and then like a striped?
It kind of looks like just the wood's grain, or maybe the wood had rotted away in a certain pattern. But
she is fully
I mean, it's a very clear photograph. Now, again, you could say that maybe it was overexposure. Maybe there was somebody walking in frame. However, if you look really closely in her torso, she's transparent.
Her feet,
her feet are transparent. You can see right through her. So,
you can see the door hinge. So back it up one. See the hinge of that door? And it corresponds with the next side over, the hinge on her door.
Yeah.
That poor woman.
Yeah. So again, I gave you shit for the grainy photos that you showed me, but I again, obviously, there's a decent chance that this could be
it could be fake,
fabricated, or it could be just a lens flare or whatever we're looking at,
or it's just the pattern of the wood of the door.
Exactly,
we're seeing.
But again,
but it looks like a lady.
Compelling,
that's sad. Okay.
So
that's a good one. I like that one.
I only have one more that I want to show you.
Okay.
I only have one more that I really wanted to show you, which is this photo here.
What the hell is that? Oh, I can't look again. I don't like it. Nope, kill it. I don't like it.
So
what is that?
That is
Oh my God, I don't like it. Whatever the hell it is, I don't like it. That's bad. It's very bad. I don't like it. What is it? Stop. Oh, Lord. What is that?
So that is shit. So this photo this photo is this photo was taken in 1985 or 1986 in a household in Ohio. The homeowner, a young man in his 20s, was living in the home by himself. He had bought it in auction. The home was repossessed.
It was just possessed. That's all it is.
It is still possessed.
Now
it's
possessed again. That's so scary.
The homeowner said that immediately after he moved in, he started hearing things, seeing things. He started saying that he would wake up in the middle of the night and he would have a feeling of somebody watching him. And, he never felt like he was truly alone in the house. And then, on a certain day, he did start hearing reports of an elderly woman who had passed away in the household, who was let's say, we don't mean to make assumptions of her occupation, but she did.
Was a working girl?
No. She was a Satan worshiping witch. Yeah. So
that's no good.
No, honestly, I'm pretty sure the guy would have
preferred
that she was a
working girl,
a working girl as opposed to a witch.
Yikes!
So he had heard tell that she. He had heard tell that she had practiced such a thing. And on one particular day, he started hearing an elderly woman's voice from the basement. Calling to him by name.
Nope.
Right. So he came down to the top of the stairs and found one of his cameras, took the picture, didn't see this in the photograph initially.
Really?
But did say that after the photograph was taken, he heard coming up the stairs towards him.
Absolutely not.
Slammed the door shut, grabbed his shit, and sayonara. Moved houses.
Burn it down.
So, for those of you who have not seen
don't
you're
see
seeing
it
yet,
don't see
I will
it.
describe it to you.
No.
A very dilapidated looking basement shot going down the stairs, and on the right side of the door frame leading into the basement, you can see what appears to be the head of an elderly woman with very defined sunken eyes, low cheekbones, pointed chin, dark set eyes, and long, wavy, kind of wiry black hair looking up towards
the stairwell at the viewer.
So,
you know what I wanted it to be? I wanted it to be kids. Did you ever see that?
You can't look.
Wait, I can't look. That is freaking horrifying. Did you ever see that movie where they go in to rob the bank and they all have on the rubber president's masks?
Oh, yeah.
I wanted that to be a kid in a Richard Nixon mask. That's what I wanted it to be.
You know what? From here, I'd say she's a crook.
I can't.
From this angle, I'd say she's a crook. Yeah.
I can't look at that.
You just see two hands.
Absolutely the most terrible.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of scary things, and that is scary.
Yeah. So, again,
well, she's
easily faked. Just some asshole in a rubber mask.
Fake. I really want it to be fake, but I still can't look at it, fake or otherwise. It's really bad.
Yeah. Have fun going into the basement later.
Well, I was going to say, why is it? Oh, thanks a lot. Hey. Why is it always the basement? Why can't it be a
creepy shit's always in the basement.
Sun porch? Why can't? Why do you have to be in the basement?
Creepy shit is always in the basement.
But why?
It's always in the basement.
It's unnecessary.
Why? Where are you gonna? Where else are you gonna do black magic? Where else are you
guest
gonna
bathroom on the second floor? It always has to be the damn basement.
It's always the basement.
It's never the sun porch.
It's always got to be the basement.
It's never the front yard.
It has to be. These are the rules.
Oh, those are the rules.
The facts
are the facts. 101.
It has to be the basement.
That is
has to be.
Truly, this is Ohio. You said.
Yeah.
That is absolutely the scariest thing I've ever seen.
Nothing good happens in the state of Ohio.
Oh, that's terrible. The basement, though. Look at her.
Yeah. So.
No more of that.
Good place to end on.
That's an excellent place to end. Unexplained or not, that was terrifying. Is it gone yet?
Yeah, it's gone. You're fine.
Oh, dear.
It's fine.
That was not. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode of scaring the crap out of your mother.
Yes. Thank you again. I really do. I loved seeing your stuff. Yes.
Yeah, I liked the difference in our photos.
Me too. I dig it.
I don't. I'm going to have to.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Bigfoot is real. That was the conclusion we came to today. Thank you very much.
You need to tune in for that episode.
Yeah, when that episode comes around. Thank you guys again. Really appreciate all the love. Be sure to drop a like on this video if you liked it. If not, share it with somebody who might like it instead.
That's a great idea.
If you're watching us on YouTube, be sure to hit the bell so that you can get notifications on some of our new episodes that are coming up. If you have suggestions on future shows, please leave a suggestion in the comment section. We always love to hear back from you guys. And we'll see you in the next one.
Don't go in the basement.
Don't go in the basement. Love you, Mom.
Love you, Red. That was awful.